Okay.
Greetings and salutations. Greetings to all commanders in this now, all that are in the training simulator and beyond. It is a glorious time. We have done it. This is your commander in chief, Sineel Etheric, United Federation of Planets, Republic. I'm with Ground Forces, Ashtar Command. It is Stardate 2022 in the training simulator. In the real, it is 6100. Wow, wow, wow. I never, I knew we would see this day. And we are here. This is official business and notice. We have with us in this now is my other half, known as King Karan. And we are going to be addressing, we've had a situation. As you know, we have been deep in mission. Our mission, we are time, we are timekeepers. We repair the damaged timelines. Our timelines were thrown into total chaos by an infection that was introduced into our system by prime creators that were in training. Their attempt was to take over the training simulator and make it their own through dominance and control, sacred geometry, black magic programming. This is a holographic manifesting system. And what they introduced into our system spiraled out of control, and we had catastrophic losses. I lost 98% of my first lineage. And
Yes,
father
yes,
and I were in the training simulator at the time, training and learning. We were actually what you would consider young.
hmm that's true.
And these ones that we have been dealing with have been, is what is left has been their fractal pieces and
Yeah.
also aspects. And they were brought into our fold. These ones were at one time, they're now what we call ex-A team members, because at one time we were called the A team. And then, of course, we uh, changed our affiliation to the Magnificent Seven, or we're called the M7. We are all from realm number 9,
Till
because realm
12 getting.
12, I'm sorry.
No, no, 9 to 12. It
I'm
depends on
sorry,
it.
9 through 12. You have to excuse me. Like
Right.
I said, I have a lot. I have a lot. I have a lot in my
Right.
head. And we were different types of specialties. My team specialized in holographic manifestation, aka programming. They're spiritual scientists. They are the chief prime creators, uh, time lords, continuum specialists. And so we had to come in and play different roles, literally coming into avatars and going through the process of correcting the timeline. There was instances where these ones broke in, they went to certain points, they attacked us, and they killed us. Rape and torture and dismemberment. It was horrific. And then
Mm-hmm.
they stole our components and made talismans, black magic manifestations, and put us in um, infinite loops of torture. This was of the mind. So we've had these ones, they have been what we call cyber stalking. So that means that they're coming up on our platform, and under deception, they keep stepping to us, you know, attempting to be disruptive, you know, ill intent. And if it wasn't enough that you already had done already horrific things to us in life and stalked us life after life after life, and then you're in a obsessive state now, like we can't see you. Well, I'm known to play with you, and I'll play with you for a little while before I lower the boom boom pow. And you have to understand that what had been here in the infection attaches to these ones that have ill intent, and then of course will step to us. Thank you very much. It works every single time.
Right.
Now, Karan is here, and Karan would like to speak. So I'm going to yield the floor now to you, my beloved.
Thank you, my dear. Greetings, everyone. This is Father Karan. That's the way I would like you to see me, as your father. Even though I am on a different realm to you than you, I'm still your father because I am an aspect of the essence of Father. So do not be surprised when we say Father Maruk, Father Karan, Father Kali, and so on and so forth. I want to give you a background story to begin with. We have been resurfacing recordings from different times in the continuum, but all are interconnecting to each other. When Sainil has sent this distress message, it is correct. The aspect of Karan, aka me, we were in the menagerie with the aspect of mother, training, and the intruders, the intrusion occurred. They came here. That's what they did. They breached inside the system. No credentials, weren't supposed to be here. They breached in and started occupying avatars and creating confusion and disrupting the timelines, creating more chaos. And since everything is interconnected, that echoed on other realms also. That's why it reacted on Sainil's realm. And the intent was always the same: dominate and control. So that intent rephrased into the technology that was available at that realm. Because not all realms are the same. There is a difference in the avatars that we occupy. You need to see it like a multi-dimensional game where everything is connected. But I will not bother you with the details. I'm going to go down on the menagerie where we were and how we were trapped, unbeknownst to us. Because the moment you came into the menagerie, you had no memories. You are a whiteboard. You can't come here to create memories, experiences, learn from what you live in, and then deploy out, hopefully successful, and create your own record. So we were from the sixth realm, living lives in the menagerie, as I said earlier. When they broke in, we had several lives on many time slots, and they kept on taking us out in horrific ways. What they were gaining about it? Nothing, in all truth and all reality. They wanted to take mother's code. But what they didn't understood was that mother is the code. So they were trying to assimilate mother, take over mother. What did that do? Create mayhem all across the simulator. And by the time they figure it out on the higher realms, sorry, one moment, please. Sorry, I apologize. Where were we, Father? Remember. Okay, I apologize.
They wanted to take over, take me over.
Okay, I reconnected to him. I apologize. One moment. What they did was they disrupted the balance in all the timelines, going from time slots to time slots, killing individuals who had mother or father DNA. Therefore, people were not being born. So there was no continuum. Do you see how this works? If people were not being born, that means certain things that they were in charge, it wouldn't happen. So they were jacking up everything. So by the time they figure it out on the other realms, then they quarantined the source of the intrusion, aka the menagerie, and then started cleaning outside of the menagerie, the other realms. When that was done, then they came to the big trouble, which was the training simulator, where it was considered their kingdom, their reign. You know the story. I do not have to repeat it for you. But I want to address the reason that I'm saying all this is because those intruders those single ones, when they came into the menagerie, they fractalized. That means they gave a piece of them inhabiting avatars. And what those beings then started doing nasty things, and they morphed into what they became afterwards, like Baal, demons, Satan, and so on. And they were hopping bodies, became vampiric, and they kept on living cycle after cycle after cycle, occupying fresh avatars each time. When an aspect of Mother made the brave decision to walk inside the training simulator and came up with the plan of becoming the bait, that has all changed. And the tables were turned. And that's when we started gaining
A foothold.
confirm. I was getting it in Greek, sorry. uh, over them. But do you know the saying when they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer? That's the situation we had. Because they were always around us. Always. That's how it works. They want mother, father DNA. They want to assimilate it. That's the prime directive. Even if it's millions of cycles, centuries after, that intent is still powerful, and it's what's running those avatars. Whatever shape or form they have become, that's still vivid to them. So we had avatars holding into that prime directive. And that prime directive, pardon me, and that pieces came from Eramilius, Jamil, and the Coven of 12, the initial intruders, those beings, our family members. It was them. So they occupied beings who came close to us and even became members of our A team, former A team. And yes, we allowed them to have abilities up to a certain point, of course. They were always trying to get into Mother's grace, hoping we would take them back. Because, as they said, they were our lineage, the first lineage. They were our children. And there were times in the past where we did take them back. And boy, that was a decision that we regretted it. Because that's what they are. They have no honor. And even though they were saying things and we made agreements with them, they never honored and they were coming back, and we were at square one again. Therefore, we had to make a brave decision. Mother, would you like to say what decision was that? Or would you like me to say that?
You are welcome to say.
We decided we don't want them back. They are,
Absolutely.
they are not our children. We
Not
disowned
anymore.
them. Confirm. They did not come from our love for one another, as all descendants come from.
They're not
We do not
sentient.
recognize, confirm, we do not recognize you. Never. You do not come from the unconditional love that I have for your mother and she for me. No, you were an anomaly. You were a fucking mistake. You were an error. You are an error. Something that we regret ever having. You were the bad apple from a good tree. Bad fruit. Poisonous one. Filled with the worm of envy and jealousy and despise.
Selfish,
And
greedy.
we cut the fucking cords with you. Do you hear us, X-AT members? You keep coming after our lineage, our commanders, our children. You will stop now. Stop it now, right now. Or we will unleash.
Rawr!
We see you. We can hear you. We see your thoughts, your actions, your breath, your stinking breath. It was decided you will retain that withering avatar, and then you are no more. Yes, you are a part of Era. Yes, you are a part of Jamil. And you are
Lily,
pure contamination and Lilith.
Lilith, Hephaestus. Hmm. You stepped toward me again. I saw you a mile away, and then some. 1,000 years. You've done things I knew you were going to do before you even thought about doing it. And that's why you sit there, drunk and high. And you to put
You,
your hands on kids in this now. You know who you are.
and even if you didn't do it in this life, you did it in the previous one and the one before it.
You put your hands on me, and you did atrocities. You once. You tortured and raped, and you burned me alive, buried me alive, and my babies.
Every innocent child that you took their life force from, it was
Your
mother and
mother,
me, your mother and your father.
Infinite karmic debt, do you hear me? And you will sit here and you will rot.
And the
How dare
reason
you?
that,
How dare you step towards Sananda after what you did to Sananda?
confirm, my dear, the only reason that we want to keep you here still breathing is because we want to make it hurt. Because you're not getting away so easily. No, we will not do what you did to us,
We'll do
but you will
nothing.
hear and suffer for the rest of your life. I don't have anything else.
You're all pathetic. Now, this is notice. You will stand down. You better hope like hell none of our commanders find out exactly who you are. Do you
Commanders,
get me?
I have a small message to you. Be careful whom you associate with. Just because they say they are commanders, I need you to think, activate Pinocchio program. Be careful, be alert. This is still a training place. That's it.
Example, that one that got up there calling herself commander of the Queen of Canada. And it's a it. It's not a female. Deception.
But yes, mother.
So be careful what you're getting up on this internet and following. We have given that warning over and over. Pay attention because it's absolutely going down. The archons. You have to understand what an archon was. An archon was a cybernetic entity, very vicious, and it was about getting into your mind. Do not converse with something that rolls up on you and starts talking to you because that's not the way we roll. That's not the way we communicate with you. Do not be foolish. You're not here to be social. And whatever you do, please do not click heart buttons and like buttons. It is not necessary for you to let us know that you like what you hear. You're leaving electronic footprints, and this is a cyber environment, and there's always something that's looking. You have to understand that this this essence, this intent that these ones have, this ill intent, and they're about deception and dominance and control agenda. And there is no magic pill for you to take. And whammo, you know what to do. You have to do the work and you must learn. That is in order for you to graduate from the menagerie. And it's graduation time. You once, you must answer the call. You're under contract. You had to have a contract to be able to enter the menagerie. And there were stipulations. When we make notice and come to you, you were to check in and report for duty and man your posts. Another truth. You ones that refuse to do so and you breach the contract, what makes you think that you will be allowed to stay? You will have a certain amount of time to correct the breach. And if you fail to do so, then at that point in time, your credentials will be terminated and you will no longer be allowed to inhabit that avatar.
30
That does not
minutes.
mean that you're going back to the ship.
We're at 30.
You will go to the uncreated mass and be no more. And we do not want that for our family. You brave ones that came into the training simulator to battle this. Why would you settle for breadcrumbs at this point? Where you come from, you have beautiful homes and wonderful families, and your children are watching and your mates. That's all I have. It's the rules and engagements. It's the rules of the training simulator that we must present you with the truth. And then you make your decision. It's free will in transmission.